Patricia Karl was known as an educator, but her life was more than that. A product of a family whose father was a Lawrence Alderman of Public Safety, Karl created her own path with education as her focus. Following her 1964 graduation from State College at Lowell, Karl spent a year as a volunteer teacher in Arizona, teaching Mexican-American and migrant children in the Golden Gate barrio. This experience would later be extremely helpful, as her native city's newest immigration wave would hail from Spanish-speaking islands and countries. After a teaching stint in the Ann Arbor Public Schools, Karl taught for 13 years at Lawrence's Brew School between 1973 and 1985. A subtle transition took place in 1985 when she was hired as the Lawrence coordinator for the Northeast Consortium of Colleges and Universities in Massachusetts, creating partnerships with Lawrence schools and preparing language minority students to attend college. While this non-teaching role took Karl out of the classroom, she claimed that, "I'm always a teacher." Going forward, she focused more on administrative positions, utilizing a skill set that would lead organizations. In 1990, she was hired as the Lawrence Youth Commission's executive director. It was here that she was instrumental in establishing the Lawrence Family Development and Education Fund Incorporated, with a spinoff that became the Lawrence Family Development Charter School. It opened in 1995 and was one of the first charter schools in the state. Karl, a top proponent for bilingual education, wanted the school's staff to be strong in both languages so they could help children learn. She added that discipline, attendance, homework completion, and participation in class are all strong indicators of our students feeling nurtured and respected. Perhaps the creation of the Lawrence Family Development Charter School was Karl's legacy, but her impact extended beyond this pinnacle. She founded an organization that provided education and job training programs to build homes for low-income families, Youth Build Lawrence, another organization that provided English as a second language and citizenship classes, the Maria del Pilar Quintana Center, and the school's success program with the Laplante youth. However, formal teaching was still in her blood, so she served for 19 years as a volunteer teacher in rural and impoverished schools in the Dominican Republic as part of the Misión Joven Dominicana. Karl would bring hundreds of pounds of school supplies collected from families at the Lawrence Family Development Charter School. And finally, Karl served on several historical and healthcare boards. There are several memorial scholarships in her name to assist students who are unable to afford either a private high school or college.